So, here we have Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. Natasha and I were playing a little earlier, and so we're going to see this footage of our multiplayer games, a bit of an explanation of how the game's played, and Tasha's preferences on the characters and a little bit of profiling. So we start with a one-on-one game first. You see the first player, that's me at the bottom. We're going to be playing with the boss characters for these two games. And Clash of Heroes is it's a strategy game where each of the characters have various elements, be they earthen or fire or magic or lightning or darkness. Natasha, looks like you want to go with Ludmilla with his spider swarm.
Is it a he? I could have sworn that was female.
No, that's a girl. That's a guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just reading the description of the special move just sounds a bit more impressive than the other special moves.
Well, so they can summon a swarm of spiders which are unleashed on a desired column. So the game plays, when the game starts playing, you'll see. So once you've actually selected your character, you then get to select the armies. You get 3 parts of the, similar to pawns basically, set in chess, and you have your knights, your spearmen, also your swordmen, your spearmen, and your archers. Each one has various capabilities, and you have so many of each one. So you could, if you get rid of spearmen, you could have 2 lots of archers and a swordsman. To get that way. They're also the 2 larger characters, which we'll talk about as the game starts playing. Here you get an artifact. If you play for the one-player mode, you get access to choose which artifact if you've succeeded with that character, or a character within that element, I should say. And Natasha here is choosing her army.
Another way to explain how the bigger creatures work is if you've ever played the Pokemon trading card game, the 3 basic units are your basics, and then you use them almost as energy cards to power up the stronger ones. Also works with Yu-Gi-Oh! Things like fusion cards. It's a bit more of a off-the-wall reference there.
Although there are fusion moves within the game.
No. So in Yu-Gi-Oh! A fusion monster is where you take 2 separate monsters and then turn them into one, rather than it being a multiple attack.
See. Okay. So the match is going to start in the count of, was a count of 5, now it's about to start. Right, it's a turn-based strategy. So very similar to chess in many ways. Excuse me. So here I am at the bottom with my military army versus Tasha at the top with her undead army. Whether undead or not does make a slight difference depending on the power and what can be built. Now, we've played a few games before, so we're actually coming here straight on the rules. And what you can do is you need to link three of each army together to make a regular attack. You have the larger characters, which in the case of the priestess there on my side, you put 2 of the same colour behind her. Because what I've done is linked 2 sets of archers together, blue archers, by removing men that were in the, for the first one, remove the characters in the centre, and then put them behind it. Tasha, what's the plan on your go?
The plan on my go was I removed one of the characters to create a wall, and you create a wall by having 3 characters the same colour in a horizontal line rather than a vertical line. And at the moment I'm trying to position my most powerful piece, which is the big guy at the back with an axe, somewhere where I can actually use him. You have to put 4 pieces behind him to get him to activate, and as you can see at the moment I really don't have space.
As you can see, Tasha's moving the figures around this number at the top, which is going down. That's how many turns you take. If you move a character from one spot to another, that's a turn. If you remove a character off the board, that's a turn. However, if removing the character off the board allows a fusion to be made, then you actually earn that turn back. That makes sense, doesn't it? It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see that I made a wall there, putting the 3 yellow spearmen together. You see each fused series of figures now, there are numbers behind them and energy bars. That's their power and their energy, and how much they can withstand. They're going to be hit, and how much power they're going to hit with.
You have a frightening amount of attacks ready to launch. I'm not sure if I'm happy with that.
Well, I have 2 amount of attacks ready to launch in the next go. So each of those series men are going to fall on the next go. That number indicates how many turns before they get to, they're fully charged, ready to attack. So in the next go, my archers will launch. 3 goes time, those swordmen on 4 goes time, the priestess there will make their attack. As you can see, it was my go, and they launched straight away. Now that doesn't have benefit of the actual number of turns at the bottom per go, I should say. Moves, I should say, not turns. Moves makes far more sense. It's by my account.
It's actually entirely separate. It happens before your turn actually truly begins.
That's right. And you can see I've set up the white priestess there.
Oh, there go my zombies. They didn't do very much though. That's fine. They tried. Now, as you can see, I'm moving characters behind my strong unit. You need to have 4 characters behind a unit that size to power up, and then it takes 5 turns to attack. So it's quite a risky thing, and if it gets hit whilst it's not got characters behind it, it will simply just get destroyed immediately. So you have to decide whether you want to build up smaller formations or if you actually want to charge up your bigger guys.
And so it's my turn again, as you can see. I'm just simply filling them out. See, down at the bottom column I've got the number 16 there of a group of people. That's now got the 19 as 3 of my men were taken out. So anytime I'm pulling the the right trigger, I can bring in all 19 members of the left. At least the ones that were filled on the board, and that should 19 squares, so you've got to fill on the board there.
Like that.
It's actually the same with hers. See, it looks like this. I'm probably going to do it now. I just move that yellow spearman, and here they all come in. Actually, the number of white ideas have come in, as well as the yellow. I believe that's a griffin. Is that a griffin? That's just
that is a griffin.
That is a griffin. It's gone. So, Tasha, how do you feel about the characters within this game? Go ahead. How do you actually think that sits from our profile? If you want to profile these characters exactly, how do you think that influences the actual play?
I think the
just come down and taken up an entire column of figures of mine there.
Yes, ghosts are very good. So if an attack goes through a charged ghost, the unit that's attacking actually takes damage, which means they're very helpful to have in your team. Back to profiling. If you... Oh, there's my big guy starting to charge.
What's the name of that big guy?
I don't actually remember.
I thought you said his name was Fred.
No, I think it was Jeremy or something.
Okay.
Yes. No, seriously now. I think I always find that the characters that people choose to play as in games like this have... You tend to pick characters that you feel you can connect with, which doesn't bode very well for me, as I'm a gothic person that someone spied as, seemingly.
So if you play chess, do you kind of relate to the pawns? Are you choosing, okay, I'll relate to the pawn or the knight? Or do you think there's Mr. Horsey?
I wouldn't say I think there's Mr. Horsey, but it's very different. So there's a thing that was going around in academic circles about the starters you choose in Pokemon games, and how you pick a starter depending on how you feel you want to be. people who play Pokemon properly have like favourite types to use.
Why did you decide not to move that purple Spectre there and drop in there and bring in the characters instead when you could set another attack? What was your thinking behind that?
Most likely, it's actually because I didn't notice.
Okay.
And yet, this put me in quite a nice position because I could set up several attacks.
And there's your Deathbringer there. Each girl, the Deathbringer gets to take power from any of my fused units and can increase his power when he actually makes his attack. I only have one fused unit, so I need to skip from the 3 White Knights. This time it'll be from the archers when he gets his go. That'll happen every go, and there's also the Griffin there who's now loaded up. So if we watch, there we go. He's taking power from both. There we go.
I've still got a little bit of time left before he's fully ready. Oh, I've just charged up another ghost.
And you've just chained those two together, the ghost and the Deathbringer.
I think Deathbringer might actually be what it's called.
Of course, the name was on screen. Maybe we just forgot what it was.
Yes.
That could be it.
So you're running very low on units there, aren't you? Oh,
I was. I'm not anymore.
So would you say the key to this game is to ensure that you have plenty of units on the field at all times?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, the thing is, every time your basic units are destroyed or you remove them, they come into your reserve. Well, you see that I couldn't make a move that I was happy with, so I ended my turn and replacing my turn for power in the the magic ability there. Which also happens when you get hit, it increases, and so as you can see there, that little square will turn into the character's special move.
Which for your character is to...
Bath, actually.
Well, that's classy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I thought I was bad summoning spiders to run across the area, but...
And so you ended your turn and you've actually now fully stocked up your special move.
However, it's only watching this back that I've realised I could have built a wall. I'm a little bit upset that I didn't build a wall.
Let me see here, I'm trying to prepare, and I remember I was trying to figure how can I move that priestess up and then get the 2 archers to power up behind her.
No, come on, skeletons.
2 skeletons to attack. You built a wall that time.
Yes, if you play as an undead unit... Oh, I built a wall there. There you go. That's the move I was thinking of last time. If you have an undead unit, when your idle units, that being ones that aren't fusion ready to attack, they...
Now with the character's Bile Blast, all fused, well, I say unfused characters.
It's random.
Random characters.
Random characters are turned into food.
Turned into food. Now while they're food, they can't attack. I presume they can't defend. And on my next go, I believe I will eat the food. Did you try and move the food when you were in this turn?
No, I didn't actually. I just thought they were my ghost. No, that's not my ghost. Well, that is my ghost.
That was your ghost and your Deathbringer coming and absolutely destroying me. And I should be dead right now. But see, that Phoenix Down artifact that I had, that Phoenix Feather, has actually kept me alive. And this is where Natasha made quite a mistake, because here she summoned her spiders to attack me even more. I was fortunate the fact that they weren't able to get to my Griffin, but what actually happened was is the Phoenix feathers come into place, and I'm now still alive. Why did you attack the spiders that go?
Because For some reason, I thought the Phoenix Down kicked in after you died and straight away, rather than waiting until the end of the turn to then resurrect you.
And now sucked in all that food. And here comes the bile.
That is disgusting.
We see so the characters that were destroyed, there are now 26 units that can come out. Now that does include how many there's normally something about 10 priestesses and 5 griffins. And so we will see now how many of those I think they're picking randomly when they actually come out onto the board. A griffin or a priestess or one of the larger characters on your team dies, that being the ghosts or the Deathbringer, they're actually gone from the game completely.
Until the end of the match.
Of course, yeah.
They're not permanently gone.
No, they'll see if to go and buy them a copy of the game to get the characters back.
Well, I just thought it was important to clarify.
That's fine. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. I was probably thinking I should be making a wall, but didn't. Now I can see why I couldn't make the wall, because there we go. One turn, I want to make all the whites, but I realised I couldn't actually make a wall at all, so I put a blue archer up there.
As you can see, the bones from the characters got destroyed by the bile last turn have now turned into walls. One of the many advances in one dead army. Although I am dangerously low on...
Here goes the griffin.
Oh dear.
That's right. And in one move, he has killed it. And obviously the achievement for Villains of Might and Magic. Like I said, this is the DLC for the game, which allows you to play the boss characters. And yep, I think now we decide to stop and play a team game. And so we go to the battle settings. 2 versus AI, so the artifacts turn again, and so is the clock. Now the clock, which is running in the last match, ticks down. Once that clock is ticked down, that's your opportunity to have your moves over. So it's kind of, and a little bit of pressure can make it a bit more fun. So having not giving you that chance to spend as long as you'd like making your decisions. And so in a team match, what happens is you normally have to share the elements. And you see the AI has a character called Markle and Ludmilla, who was the character Natasha was playing last time. And while we're currently sat on elves and other characters, I'm feeling we're probably going to go for the fire characters.
Can you answer, do you have any sort of reason why we settled on the fire characters?
Yes, you wanted a certain character.
There's me hoping for another chance of profiling, but obviously not.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, for example...
You wanted a demon character, and it does have the demon armies.
This really doesn't look good for me, does it? I have a demon army, and I have an undead army. This isn't looking good.
So the Abysmal Lord and the
Pit Fiend
horse I was chosen, while you are going for the other 2.
Oh no, you went for the Nightmare Horse.
Nightmare Horse, so you went for the Pit Fiend and the...
guy with the Vorpal Sword. Wait, the guy with the Vorpal Sword is the Pit Fiend.
So we have Volcano Armor and a Fallen Whip. These artifacts can be switched on or off, as you saw at the menu settings. However, so I should say battle settings menu. However, they have some cool little effects that runs into the gameplay. So I always recommend playing them, keeping them in there, I should say. I know. The loading screen there had little hints of creating change, increases your MP. Once again, the MP is the magic power, which allows that last game we're going to pull off the bile and Tash to pull off the spiders. But here, actually, Tash, why don't you explain how the team game works?
Okay, so each player has a colour. So, for example, in this, Shane is green and I am pink. And you can only move the characters of your colour. So, obviously, you have to communicate and work together try and discuss who's going to move what where. You also only have 3 turns, like a normal game. So if I was to say use all my turns and a pink needs to be moved, that wouldn't be possible until next turn. So it requires a lot more strategy. I believe during this, I was telling you most of the time, oh, move that one there, which we realised wasn't very helpful. So I had to actually say left or right.
And you can see we have very quickly set a number of fused units, and they've been chain linked together, so they'll have their attacks on at the same time. Look at the chain links, as we didn't explain in the last match. When they're chained together, the actual attack power is increased. Gossier is trying to move around its undead dragon in an attempt to get it set up and attacking as soon as possible.
We've also charged up a vampire, which has the power to take some of our life bar and give it to them.
That's right.
Which is obviously something we don't want hitting us.
Now you share the energy bars. Each character shares the energy bar in this match. You can see here we are trying to work together to load up the Abysmal Lord. So and that's the Pit Fiend, isn't it? The Abysmal Lord, I apologise.
Yeah, that's the Pit Fiend. He's got a Vorpal Blade. I can't work out why I moved that back.
No, you moved that back because I was trying to set something up and you made a mistake.
Oh yes, I remember. The downside of this mode is it can be very easy to misinterpret what you're meant to do. So if you say, for example, move your pink guy to there, that isn't helpful. As much as I'm aware that is the temptation to say. What we're actually trying to do is charge up that nightmare, which is quite a powerful horse attack.
Well, I'm not surprised, it's a flaming horse.
Yes. So there I summoned more troops and that took my last turn, but it has also given us another Pit Fiend on the field that we can charge up with red characters.
And here I was just trying to decide, do I use my last move or take it back into magic points?
That dragon looks a lot more sinister than anything we have on our board.
It certainly does. And there go the skeletons.
I think it's important to note the skeletons didn't actually destroy the knight horse.
The horse, no. It did take away some of its energy. And, there we go. Now, for each unit, actually, they have no energy at all until they're fused. So a simple attack from anything can, take out an Abysmal Lord or a Griffin or
dragon,
a Pit Fiend or a dragon, until it's actually fused. And as I said before, if you lose one of these larger characters, that's gone from the rest of the match. And that's why it's important that you try and get them fused as soon as possible, unless, of course, you're relying on your strategy relies on more of these larger characters to be placed soon afterwards. But of course, for these characters to enter the board, there needs to be enough space as well at the time. So here we go. There is the Abysmal Lord as well, just turned up. Grey in colour, so it'll be the dogs that will be powering him up.
Now, quite conveniently, 4 dogs right next to him.
There are. You just need to get them underneath him.
Yeah. But first, our priority is charging up that pink Vorpal Lord. Pit Fiend. Not Vorpal Lord.
And the AI has, see if it's got it has a Deathbringer as well as 3 vampires.
None of them were charged yet at this point, which is quite helpful. It's interestingly, the computer for this match chose to have 2 sets of vampires rather than have a set of vampires instead of ghosts. This is good for us playing against it, simply because it means we don't have to deal with ghosts that can actually deal damage to us while we're attacking. It does have mean we have to deal with double the amount of vampires. We are 1 red demon short of charging up that pit fiend, which is quite sad.
Looking at our chance way up here, would it worth removing one of the dogs and making a huge line of dogs on the left side of the screen, left side of the
However, you can't move the 2 dogs that are underneath the grey abysmal lord because they're pink.
That's right, that's what I was thinking for a bit, but realising I couldn't actually move them. So instead I brought in to the main characters.
There we go. Our red abysmal lord is now good to go. Now we just have to work on.
So we can use those purple demons again by moving the orange goblin. And now can we calculate line this up? Now you can remove walls as well, which we just did just then, which then converts back into our units that can be once again brought back onto the board.
I'd like to point out that at this point we have 3 high power attacks charging, as well as 1 mid power and 1 low power.
More importantly, red pit thing in the centre of the screen and the Abysmal Lord are chained together. I think that's a single attack. Maybe not chained, but a single attack at the same time.
They're going to attack at the same time. They're not chained. They're not fused together.
That's right. So different colours. Yeah, they have to be chained together to be the same colour.
I don't know if you caught that just then, but our nightmare attacked. It wasn't strong enough to kill the dragon, but it did cause another row of walls to be built by lining up pieces behind it. At this point, our plan was to fortify as much as possible, as we were very much aware that dragon was going to fire in a couple of turns' time.
And we're hoping it wasn't going to take out the pit fiend.
Yes, and we didn't want it to take out our characters that are already hypercharged.
Is hypercharged a real word?
Hypercharged is a real word, yeah.
There we go. Now the 2 sets of dogs are linked together. They're chained together so they will attack at the same time with increased power.
And we have plenty of things ready to attack.
And now for the another set of characters. And I think I'll take this orange one, and there we go.
I think it's fair to say at this point we were very confident.
Yes, we know. At this point, no one had actually managed to attack on either team's
actual life bar.
Yeah, the life bars are still at 100 points each. No one's been able to get through so far.
And none of us actually had a power up that would resurrect us.
No. So really this was a game of waiting, strategizing of which attacks are going to get through based on which attacks they're trying to aim to get through. And so obviously, as we made it clear, hopefully made it clear, our plan was to, because we were fortunate enough to have the larger characters, have them charge up while being fortified from the wall, with the walls, I should say, not from the walls, and then at the same time flank on the outsides. So we both decided to end our turn there. And there we go. And this is when they attack. Now, fortunately, the Pit Fiend was able to survive that attack. were actually convinced he was going to die, but there was enough walls in place and he had enough power to actually survive the attack from that dragon. Cool, there gets 1 hit point, and it's left a flaming trail behind him with units that had taken off.
And it also took out 93 health from the health bar in 1 turn.
Yes, it did.
So as you see, it's definitely worth charging up those stronger pieces.
Particularly if you can chain link attacks together, as we did that time as well.
Yes. That was quite a devastating move. As you can see, our right side is extremely fortified, with in places 3 layers worth of 2 strength walls.
Now, Natasha, you are using your character's special move, this demon portal, and the others will absorb any attacks that are sent while that portal is there, and then fire them back at the other team. Why did you go aim it there? Were you thinking it'd be a nice place to collect it, or
I was
not too concerned about the not too concerned about the death bring up there, because he's got 5 goes till he can actually attack.
Yeah, so the demon portal only lasts for 1 turn, and I noticed that the zombies are about to charge, the skeletons were going to charge, and I wasn't necessarily paying attention to the fact we have 4 layers of wall. So here's the other team, they've just activated their attack and caused quite a bit of damage with their spiders to our actual pieces, but not much to our life bar.
We have to absorb enemies that were attacked at that point, and so that I don't know what that did. What did that do? Absorbed the souls of our enemies that were attacked by the spiders.
I think it was meant to fire it back at them, but I don't think it did.
No.
So a bit disappointing.
I think it's actually the attacks you catch, not the.
Oh, okay. I don't quite understand what that did then.
No. Just to point out that this actually was the first time we'd actually played with these characters and access to such special moves. In fact, Natasha, this is actually only the 2nd time we've played this game.
Yes. But we do have a habit of playing multiple games in 1 session.
How are you feeling about this game?
I'm really enjoying it. It does take me back to games I used to play when I was younger. Definitely a lot of fun. However, apologies for that. However, you do tend to feel
Now,
quite
I have a
sort of
feeling this is our
cheesed out.
final attack. Because here we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, no, it actually isn't. They still have 14 health. Oh.
And here comes the fire brimstone.
And then you attack.
And that allows our wall to become fire. And that's it. Natasha, you've got the achievement from that. And that is the end of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching.
Bye.